Man, we are absolutely handling business today. Looking at closing some big fucking deals, like some big deals. So today we made a lot of progress on the sponsorship company front. That is for all my clients where we're trying to get high-end sponsors. I had some meetings, got a ton of new connections for some of the biggest companies that are the best fits for what we're trying to do. This is really exciting. The problem is everything just moves so slow, and I like to move fast, but when working with these big companies, I got to breathe and slow down. But let's go over some sauce on how to close big, like 7-figure yearly deals, because that's what we're doing here. At least that's what I'm trying to do here. And so this is actually some tips that I've got from one of my mentors and one of my clients, George Damon, where he's just an awesome guy. And he really he always is looking after my best interest and teaching me things as much as possible. So something that George told me is how to set up one of these meetings and how to structure and how to think about it for the maximum results. So in this meeting was with a certain company where we were going in there pitching. I have a bunch of clients, but we were talking about partnering with Robert Kiyosaki, one of them, the people I work with. And Robert's one of the biggest names in the entire world. He's internationally probably the most recognizable person, the most recognizable business and finance book of all time. So we're looking at some big deals here. And so you start the meeting off being friendly, talking, just hanging out. This is meetings, especially with someone new, you should not be starting off saying, let's get straight to business. You gotta warm it up, get to know the person, ease into it. Lesson number 1 from George. Lesson number 2 is they should be doing the one talking. Because it's Robert, all I said was, hey, we have a lot of companies. We're looking for the best fit for Robert's brand and for the best deal that we can structure. We have some pretty great deals on the table right now, but I personally prefer your company. And this is true. This is a company that I would prefer to work with. And I just let the floor up to them. And they were salivating. Actually, every meeting I've had along this, everyone, of course, wants to sponsor Robert and partner up with him. I just let the floor up to them. And they are very accommodative to whatever our goals and objectives are. So I told them some things that Robert cares about, some things that I think would be beneficial, some potential offers that we might have. And so they are the ones that are selling themselves onto why they should partner with us, which is psychologically so much more important than if I'm the one talking saying, here's why we're a great fit, blah, 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 blah. No, I am negotiating on their behalf. I make them the bad guy at all times. For all the people that I work with in these meetings, they're the decision maker. I'm just trying to negotiate the best deal. And I can always have an out. This is a lot more difficult if you have a product where you're selling like your course or your coaching service where there's actually just unlimited supply of, because this is actually a frame that I take for every single business deal. I always have the frame where I am solving a problem for you and I'm doing you a favor, let's say the entrepreneur, because that's just one part of the business. The main part is I help large business owners like Robert and many others grow their social media and YouTube with the intent of helping them monetize it. And so we actually just closed a client for that yesterday, or at least we confirmed. We haven't signed any paperwork, we haven't started yet, but they're starting to roll us into all of their databases and shit. And the way that I structure that deal when I'm having phone calls with them is I show the incredible things that we can do for them, because we are guaranteed 100% the best in the world at what we do. And because I actually believe that, and I know that we can provide them massive value, I genuinely think that they are stupid for saying no. Like, we are giving them the best deal in the entire world, because I know that within 60 days, we will be like 10xing the amount of customers that they're getting. And I'm 100% sure of that. I guess there's no certainties in this world, but I'm very confident in our ability to do that. So when you have an incredible product or service, I structure it where I'm the one doing the entrepreneur a favor, or psychologically, that is the importance where I'm trying to flip the frame. Same thing when someone's trying to sponsor. Hey, we are the ones that are going to be driving you all the leads. We have all these other options. And so it's just psychologically getting the frame in. I want to talk about one more thing around rental properties and passive income, because I had to listen to Cade be on the phone with the cops because someone's sleeping in one of Cade's units right now that is obviously not paying rent right now. So what do you think of the passive income of rental properties?
Just don't be a slumlord.
Yeah.
That's what you get for paying for cheap properties. You gotta deal with homeless people.
So this is for Cade's, one of Cade's many units. He has a sixplex here in Phoenix, and he got a call from, I don't know if that was your property manager or someone else, his contractor, saying, hey dude, we got a problem. You got some homeless people gang festing up inside Yo John.
Just don't let Dirty Mike and the boys come
Yeah.
clear your.
So now Cade's gonna have to go clear out Dirty Mike and the boys. He had to call the cops. What ended up happening with that?
I just basically have to wait for them to actually be there.
Okay.
So I might have to go out there tonight.
Oh, and Kate has a date tonight, so that's DLV. Or it might actually be DHV if you pull up to the date and say, hey, dude, we have to go check out my sixplex.
Once we have,
'Cause we got-
once we have cameras, I'll be able to be like, okay, there's literally people
Yeah.
around, but I don't have.
Yeah, which is your property manager's fault, which goes back to frickin' passive income. Real estate is not that passive. It is great, but it's not fucking, it's not passive.
No, it's not.
Now, you're not just collecting rent and rolling dough, especially when you see Cade's interest payments that he's rolling in on this thing.
Yeah.
You would not be too happy, bruh.
It's a long-term game for sure.
And so you're in a lot of sales. I was talking about how when I am taking on clients, I try and psychologically flip the frame where they're selling themselves on to why they want to work with me.
Yeah.
Then it's like the easiest close of all time. Do you do similar things when you're ripping homes for sale?
Selling homes.
Yeah. He has a wholesaling company, or he works at a wholesaling company.
Yeah, I mean, for what I focus on in sales with selling houses is like in the investment side, it's literally just, is this person going to make money? So it's pretty simple. And then I just show them how they're going to make money. Probably similar to what you do. Listen, we can do it performance based and then if I make you this amount of money, you're going to pay me this. So it's very similar to that. Whereas, okay, are you trying to make 30 grand on a house? Yes. Okay, here's how you're going to make 30 grand on this house. If you can't, then don't buy it.
Yeah. You just solve a problem. And most people don't have a business where they solve problems. And if you're that person, then you gotta fucking have a better product or service. You just gotta fucking be better. Because then it's actually super easy to get sales. I've never had a problem with it because we solve a problem.